If you're playing the Pick 3 in Pennsylvania, then this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the 730 short form generator to figure out if it's the right for your state. Alright, so basically what's going to happen is we're going to use the map here on the calendar, and we're going to just select Pennsylvania, and we're going to start from last week, which is the 16th, and we're going to put in one of those numbers in the generator, and we're going to see how many hits that this generator produces between the 16th and today, which is the 24th. If we get consecutive hits from this generator, then we know it's a good generator for the state, if that makes sense. Alright, that's what we're doing in this video, because a lot of people are asking which generator do I use for my state, and I'm showing you in this video that all you have to do to find that out is to use the calendar, select the top of a week, which is the 16th in this demonstration, and then from that you're going to go day by day, night and day. We're going to put those in, and we're going to check the number grid shortly up here to see if it was in the winning numbers, and from that we'll be able to look at the number grid to determine which area is holding those winning numbers. All right, let me demonstrate this for you so you know. Now this is just one method. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I can't do them all in one video, but I'm just trying to answer the first question of which one should I use for my state, because there's a lot of them, and if one is not working for you, then you go to another one of them until you find the one that you see the most success in. I'm sorry. So 730 seems to be the one that is producing a lot of good results, and I haven't went to other ones because I haven't had to, because it's usually showing results daily. But let's see if we can prove that here. All right, this is not a prediction. We're going to see actually what happens. All right, so this is not, I didn't do this before I made this video. I'm doing it as I am making this video, so you can see it. Whatever the results are the results. All right, a lot of people think that when people make these videos, well, I don't. When they make a video like this, they edit it and then they fix it so it looks like it's working. No, this is real. No overdubs, no nothing, no pauses. It's straight through. This is real. Okay, all of these videos will be real time. And if you want to see it with me, if you already have your account with numeris.com, then you can open it up and we can step through it together. But this is what I do for myself when I go through it, so I'm sharing what I do. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take and put in the first number. I'm going to go back to the 16th so you can see what happens during that week, and I'm going to start with the midday. Alright, as you can see, the midday is now in the previous draw day night section. I'm going to click generate rundown. Now what I'm doing here is I'm not going to make any more generations during this discovery period, let's call it, so you could figure out if this is the right app for you to use for your lottery. So 619, first we want to see if that number is in the grid, and it's there. And what we want to know is how many times is it in the grid. Well, right now it's showing that it's there. It found it 2 times. So let's see where it found it at 2 times. It found a 961. It's also going to find 619 or 196. Watch. So we see it also found it at 164, which is fine. But we also, because we know how mirror numbers work, we also just saw it's there, and that is 3 different ways. It could be 961, 169, 691, 196, or anything like that, right? So then the next one it could show as is 164. That's the second path it found, and that is 164, 461, 146, 614. That's the other ways that you could play that number, right? So to prove that, I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and you can do this too. You scroll to the bottom, and you can see it's going to say related combinations. You see those numbers: 466, 164, 146, 169, 669, 114, 119. That's showing you the other ways that this can play out. All right. So with that, let's move to the next one. if you understood that, let me know in the comments, all right? I don't want to confuse you. And while I'm mentioning the comments, can you hit the thumbs up right now? You'd be doing me a favor, and subscribe so you can get more videos like this. Okay, let's see. So we did 619, we found it twice. That's not a great beginning to say that this is a good generator for Pennsylvania. So let's see, by going through a couple of more days, if we get more paths out of this generator. 2 is okay to start. At least we know the numbers there. So let's look at from there. Let's see what happens in the evening. So we're going to say 684, and we're going to check that grid for that number. And this found it 3 times. So we see it up top where the 730 in the row 841 and the 952 row is at. So we see it there. So let's see. All right, it's there. We don't have a grid yet, or area, or map yet, but it's there, which is good. So we know it's in the grid. We know it's there because it's connected, and it found it 3 different times, and we see it down there. Now, what I'm looking for at this point is, it's great that it's there. We know that this is a good generator for this state, but what I'm looking for is for them to be in a consecutive block, a grid of 3s. Like, I want to see this generator work for this state where it's like in rows of 3s. Right now it's jumping around the board, which is fine, but I don't like to see that. But at least we know the numbers are coming out and they're there. So we got 3 paths for 684, which is okay. Make sure you ask me questions in the comments. All right, so those 2 numbers, they are in the generator. We do see them, and they have more than 1 path, which is great. It's better than not being there. So let's go to the 17th, and let's look at the midday. 766. Let's check if it's there. Found it 4 times. Now, I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern here. So I'm thinking that for this state, for Pennsylvania, that the numbers are going to be in the cluster of the 952, the 063, the 174. I think those numbers are going to be there a lot for this state. So let's just check here where the paths are. So it goes here. See what I'm talking about? That it's in that cluster, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Let's see where the next one is found. Right in the middle, same place. That's what we're looking for. And that kind of went outside, but at least we know that 952, that 063, that 174 might be the area where these players are going to come out. Okay? So let's go to the next one. We did 766. Let's look at that 197. Check the grid. 3 paths. Okay. Again, we're back to, unless I did this number twice, we're back up top. But the good thing is it still came out. The number is still in this generator. So it's in my book, it's okay. But here, look, we're back in the 952, 063, 174. I'm seeing that area is okay. It's okay. I'm not sold on this generator for this state right now, but I know that the numbers are there. So when somebody says, do you get consecutive wins? Well, the answer to that is yes, if you understand the mirror numbers, because clearly these are not straight hits, but you have to know your mirror numbers to know that this number came out a couple of different ways. You just got to know which ones to play. All right, and again, you accomplish that by going down here. You'll get used to seeing these numbers like this after you use this all the time. It'll make sense. I see them as soon as they come up, but I'm trying to teach you how to use this. All right, so let's go to the next one. We're on the 18th now, and we're going to look for 197. Now, here's the funny thing about what I just said. The 17th, look at that number for the night and looking for the midday. Same number. 179, 197. See, you understand what I'm telling you, what I say? That number keeps showing up. It came up a different way. That's the only thing that happened. So it came out the day before. No one knows the mirror numbers and playing in different ways. That's how you use it. That's how it's going to help you. That 541. Let's see. 541. Check the grid. 5 times. Where is it at? Now I could have been wrong about the zone, which is the cluster, which is the map, which is the area, however you want to use it. We'll come up with one thing, we'll stick to it. Let's just say zone for right now. I guess we could use that. But look, it's in that top zone again. Let's see where else it's at. Now, if I see it in this top zone again, then maybe that is the better zone. That's the 730-841-952 zone. Okay? It's still there. It's still there, but it moves down. But the thing is that it's here 5 times. So that was a good number to probably play. Now, this again is telling you that 041 might come out. 140. You see? You might see 645. You might see 906, 609, 960, 069, 096. It could come out. When you do your plays, you got to think of it that way. But it was there 5 times, so that's a strong number. Let's see if we can get a stronger number. That was 541. That was just the Tuesday. All right, let's see. The 200. That's 5 and 7. So that could be just off the top of the head. That's 700. It could be 755, 575, 557. It could be 255, 252, 025. It could be anything. Let's see what it comes up as. Okay, found 2 paths of it, but I know down here, all those numbers I just said is right there. You watch me scroll through them, but you also watch me call them out before scrolling here, because I know them. These are all the possibilities of the numbers you should be playing. I tend to think the highlighted numbers are the ones that we're going to see dropping in the week, this week coming up. It's very possible. All right, what I want you guys to do is, if you play in these numbers and you hit or you see them come out, let me know in the comments. That way you know that it's working for your state. Okay, so where were we at? We said 200. We just saw down here that this is the other related combinations for that. We can see that these are all the mirror number combinations that it could come out. 002 was what we saw in the pick itself. And these are other, if you go 1 plus that number, 1, 2, 3, and then it goes 11, 2, 13, and then 9 through 29 jumps up. And then these are sums of 2. 002 is equals 2, and 101 is 2. Alright? Okay, let's continue. So that one came out twice. That was 200. 816. Let's just see here. 816. Let's look at that. And that, before we even go any further, the 816 is, type it in the comments for me. 816 is what? It could be 366. It could be 311. It could be 618, 168. It could be 181, 118, 316, 131. It could be a whole bunch of different things. But let's pull it up to see. You don't believe me? Now, let's see. 816 came up like this right here. All right, we see it there. Now, it came out straight in box here, so you would have had a good hit there. But we see it in that second zone down the bottom, 063, 174, 285. So it's here. All right, twice came out. Not bad, but if we go down here to the bottom again and we look, there's all those numbers I just read off to you. And you saw me do it. I'm not anywhere else. I'm right here with you. Mirror numbers. These numbers will probably come out again this week. I will be playing these numbers here. I just wouldn't play the same number here. I wouldn't play the not the 619. I wouldn't play the 816 in that order. I'd switch it up to one of these different variations of it. All right, so we got that one twice. That was 816. Okay. All right, so 930 and 926. I'm just looking at the previous drawers to see if it's already there, and it could be. But let's just, for you guys, I'm going to show you the 930. Check the grid on that one. 5 times. Where's it at? At the top. What did I say? The top zone. Here we go. Let's see how many more times it's in that top zone. Wow, right there. That's 845. Still in that top zone. Close is connected. Down to the bottom zone. Back up to the top zone. That's first step. Alright, so that number is there. It's good. Again, going down to the bottom, you can see that 930 that we just put in. There's all the different ways you can play it. So you can come down here and you can figure this out for yourself. Click through these and figure out which ones you like. Alright? Play them any way you want. But learn how to look at this grid and you can see it. You'll know. Just like you see me read them off, you'll just know. Alright, so we did that at 9:30. 9:26 is going to probably be in the top zone. We got that 9:26, which is the 4, which is the 7, which is the 1. Alright, so those are those different combinations you got. And I'm quickly doing it. All you have to do is know these mirrors. Look at it. 9 is 4, 2 is 7, 6 is 1. Right? Just knowing that is a lot. Right? Once I click this, check the grid on it 4 times. But it's flipping that around. You see that? But it's in that top zone again. A little outside, but it's still in that. And it's jumping down to the second one. So 4 times. I'm not 100% sold on this generator because the number of paths are low. I've seen generators or states get higher paths. So you will go at this point when you decide it's under 5 paths. You say, yeah, it's hitting, but let me try another generator to see if I can get more paths for the numbers. The higher the paths, the higher probability, I would say. But this one is showing there's hits every day. So it's not bad. You just got to decide which one is better for you. All right. So we have that 926 as 174 as well. All right. So let's see. We'll do a couple of more. Let's jump to Saturday, and we'll use the midday. Excuse me, the midday of 144. Look at it with me and read it. What is the 144 mirror? Just what you see right now. 6, 9, 9. Because the 4 is the 9. So you know 6, 9, 9. Right? Let's just check the grid. Found it 2 times. Where is it at? In that top zone. Right there. Let's check the second position. Still connected. Still basically in that top zone. So it's okay. 2 paths, not bad. I don't know. Let's choose the second one. 807. Do it again. Repeat the exercise. 807. 3, 5, 2. That's what you're looking at. That's the mirror of that number. Check the grid. Found it 3 times, and look where it's at. That top. Are you seeing what I'm telling you? It will be in these zones. It will be connected to these hit sums. And let me bring you here just so you're clear here. The hit sum is 7 and 8, and the mirror is 2 and 3. So it should be connected or touching those numbers. Where you see them blinking, it should be able. We should be in that zone right there. And we are. See, the 7 and the 3, they're all connected. Alright? The 3 paths for that we saw already. So this number is there. There has not been one number from that week that I put in that did not hit. If I missed it, or to let me know in the comments if I missed it, but by my count, they're all there. Yeah, I jumped around, but I'm pretty sure if you want to be thorough, let's do the 21st and let's do the 927. I already know the 927 is going to be there because we saw that. So here, 1 path found. 927 is right here in the bottom zone. Alright, let's move to Sunday. And from Sunday, we can start with the midday of 468. Check that one out. Found it 3 times. And that's in that top zone again. Let's see where it's at. Still connected, going to the bottom zone, but we're seeing these patterns over and over and over, and they're still the same numbers connected. See that? If you need to, go back and rewind this and watch it again so you can understand it. But to me, it's very easy because I'm looking and I'm showing you the zones of being clusters, zones, areas, the same area, a map, if you will. 468 was the number we used. 121. Do it in your head. What's the number? 1 is 6, 2 is 7, 1 is 6. So another possible combination could be, what is that? 6, 2, 6. It could be 6, 7, 6. It could be 1, 7, 1. It could be a whole bunch of different variations of that. Let's see what we see in the grid. 4 times, not terribly bad. Do I got to work for it? Yeah, because I want to see them in the zones. But it's there. I don't like how it zone hops. Let's just call it that. I don't like how it zone hops. It's connected, but it just zone hops right in the middle. This is where I would say I like this generator, but I need to try another one to see if I can get a better result. This is what I mean when I say that. They're there, but not like how I like to see them. What was the number we just did? 121. Let's go to the 24th, which is today. Let's see if today's numbers are in there. Let's do the midday for today. Was that? And let's see if it's in the grid. 4 times. Not terrible, but it's kind of zone hopping here. Let's see the second one. In the second zone for me, yeah, it's the same number. But we're down here again, and we see all these different variations. These could come back out this week as these numbers. When you're using your generator, you got to know that these might come out. Okay. And the last one we're going to do is a 303. Let's look at it together. You already know that that the 3 is the 8, the 0 is the 5, the 3 is the 8. So that number could be 353, 858, 330, 880, 05, 088033. Any one of those different ways. Check the grid. It comes up 2 times, 2 paths, and that's the same combination. They just found it they're reading it back and forth. The grid is reading it back and forth. Okay, so that's just about it for this video here. And just remember what I said. Check the zones, check the board on the bottom, check the related combinations, learn how to read the numbers. This generator is okay for Pennsylvania. Every number that we checked did show up in the grid. It did find it. It did hit. You just got to know where to look and how to get it. And I know it's confusing at first, but once you try different generator, you see that the zones will show more results and it'll have more paths. This has 2 paths for this number, for example. It needs to be, in my book, and that's just me, 5 or more. And I've seen where there's 9 to 10 paths, and that number is all over the place. And those variations of the 9 or 10 paths are 6 to 10 paths. That number is coming out again that week. All right. So try it this week. Try it tonight if you still have time, and let me know in the comments if you won or if you didn't. I believe the numbers will be there because this is a really powerful generator. Just let me know in the comments what it is. Make sure, again, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can see more videos like this. And if you're new, ask any questions in the comments. Okay, I'm out of here, and I will see you on the other side. Good luck and good night.